Is there something strange about watching a show you've seen a dozen times and still choosing it over something brand new? Hi, I'm Connie. I'm 55, and welcome to my channel Gen X Life in Progress, where I share my journey of midlife, including personal growth, life challenges, and nostalgic memories. I love watching old TV shows again and again and again. Not because there's nothing new to watch, but because these old shows feel like comfort food for the brain. I'm talking about shows like All in the Family, Taxi, The Jeffersons, Emergency, and Adam 12. And there's many more, but I can't name them all. My husband and I have watched these shows so many times, we know exactly which episode is on within a few seconds. Sometimes all it takes is one scene, one line, and one character that walks into the room and we'll know exactly which episode is on. And most of the time we're right. Now, some people might wonder why we keep watching these shows over and over again. For me, that's part of the comfort. These characters feel like old friends. And I have to admit, my first crush was John Gage from Emergency. Oh, and don't forget Keith Partridge from the Partridge Family. I don't even think I was in kindergarten yet. If you watch the shows, you probably understand exactly what I mean. The theme songs alone are enough to keep me coming back. They just don't make them like that anymore. Every time I hear the theme from Taxi, I'm instantly transported back in time. I think that's my favorite theme song of all times. I'll be stretched out on our living room floor with my head propped up on my hands. Before the episode even starts, the music puts me in a completely different mood. Totally relaxed. Those theme songs weren't just background music. They were part of the experience. And another thing I love is seeing all the outdated technology. The rotary phones, the typewriters, the giant police radios, the cars. Nobody was carrying a cell phone. Sometimes I find myself laughing because on shows like Emergency, they always seem to save everyone with rope. And they would have to get out that big box to call into the hospital. And then there's the politically incorrect stuff. Every now and then we'll look at each other and say, wow, they definitely couldn't get away with that today. Some of it is totally cringeworthy, but lots of it is totally funny. But it's also a reminder of how much society has changed over the years. Some for the better and some for the worse. What I enjoy most, though, is the feeling these shows give me. They remind me of sitting in the living room, watching TV with my family, when life seemed a little simpler. My only thoughts were in that moment, or maybe what was happening at school the next day. Now, life wasn't always perfect. It was just a lot simpler. I don't watch these shows because I think everything was better back then, but admit it, it was pretty good. I watch these shows because they remind me of good memories, familiar characters, and a time in my life that still feels warm and comforting. It reminds me of playing outside on a nice summer day and then just relaxing before bed. So tell me in the comments, what old TV show do you still watch today? And can you identify the episode within the first few seconds like we can? And if you enjoy Gen X nostalgia, memories, and life after 50, I'd love to have you subscribe and join me for more conversations like this.